Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Sanchez's Broncos going up against Carr's Raiders. With that, I'll hand it over to the two men who'll be calling our games all season long, as I'm pleased to welcome our new commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you for the introduction as we are about set for football here on EA Sports. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And you know, Charles, as Larry pointed out in the open, got a couple of great quarterbacks set to square off here this afternoon. That ball's probably going to be flying all over the place, isn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. And the game has never been more quarterback-centric than it is now. And both of these teams have top-flight signal callers.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Oakland. Here's Taiwan Jones on the return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
The thing I like most about Derek Carr's game is not just the right arm and his touch and his ability to find receivers. I think it's his calmness, and I think that transmits itself very well to the rest of the team. They feed off of that, and they go out and play with confidence.
Now our first carry for Latavius Murray. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And Mr. Cooper, Amari, a headliner in this offensive unit.
Brandon, it's rare that you get guys so polished coming out of college, but Amari Cooper has carried himself like a pro probably since he was 6 years old. He is a terrific talent.
Second down following the run. Shotgun now for Carr. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what they play man coverage against you. He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
All right, here we go.
Carr now on first down. Here's Wolford over the middle. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Carr throwing on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And give him a gain of 37.
What really hurts defenses on screen passes is that they eat up one of their levels right away. Because you know, on most defenses, there's 3 levels. D-line, linebacker, secondary. But on a screen pass, you're inviting the defensive line to get past them. And then you throw the ball over their heads, and now there's just 2 levels left to try and stop big guys out in front of a guy running with the football.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Seth Roberts from 21 yards away. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And trotting onto the field now, Mark Sanchez, the 8th-year man out of USC.
And Mark Sanchez has had success in this league. His first 2 years, he took the Jets to the AFC title game. He has had his moments. If he takes care of the football, he could have some more.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a first down throw. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on second. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. A former Cal Bear now, C.J. Anderson on the carry. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. Third down now to follow.
C.J. Anderson may not be a Pro Bowl runner, but he knows how to run big in big games.
Yeah, he sort of sealed the Super Bowl for them in the fourth quarter. Big game against the Patriots last year on a Monday night, but only 720 yards all told in 2015. Sanchez drops it off for Hillman. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So here's Britton Colquitt and the Denver punt team. Travis Carey back deep for the Raiders. Carey on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Raiders will take possession. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here we go. Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the motion. Watch the motion.
At the end of one, 7-0 is our score, and we're back to Oakland after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Let's get some penetration here. All right.
They go with Murray again. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
If you draft a guy in the 6th round and he gives you a 1,000-yard season at some point, would you say it's good value?
That's good return on investment. He was the first Raiders guy to rush for 1,000 yards in 2015 since McFadden back in 2010.
Latavius Murray, remember the name.
Throwing now is Carr, escaping the pressure right. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Raiders a first down.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Hey, we go rally. No. Rally. Hold on, baby. Alert. Safety's creeping.
Play clock winding down.
We ready?
Throwing on first down is Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The reigning Super Bowl MVP, Von Miller, from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
That was second down run for Murray. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. A 4-yard pickup that gets them going forward, but still 15 yards left on third down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. They run it again with Anderson. Penalty marker is down here. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
Holding offense.
So a costly penalty and now a tougher third down situation.
We got three, fellas. We got 3. Here we go.
From the end zone, Sanchez. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Speed comes off the edge there, Charles, from the end, and he blindsides him.
And the guy who's supposed to protect the quarterback, maybe the highest paid guy on the offensive line, the left tackle, hard to deal with there. Defensive end had too much speed and got to him.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. And there's a flag on the play.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Automatic first down.
Cut it left. Cut it left. 3 down, 3 down. All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Couple of Broncos there in on the tackle. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Again, it's Murray. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, here we go. Hey, we're going to rally.
They'll run here. It's Murray. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go. Wide and here we go. Rally.
Carr now on first down. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
We ready?
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Flush to his right. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. Jack Del Rio going to take a chance here. His guys going for it on 4th. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Carr keeps it on the sneak. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
And this is a spot where you have your offense stay out there to get those few inches. It's too long for a field goal. It's not worth punting. So this is the right decision as far as I'm concerned, and they wind up picking up the first down.
Now this time, Carl throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, what a catch there by Cooper. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top, as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Raiders are happy to be in front, and they'll look to play another solid half of football. The Broncos haven't played horribly, but will need to improve if they want to win this one. All right, let's roll those moving pictures. Raiders on 2nd and 7. Murray's found coming across the middle. He'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 22-yard line. Sticking with the same drive, Roberts the target here, and 21 yards later, he'll go in for the score. Raiders, now they have it at the 45. Here the pass is completed into coverage, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 3-yard line. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders defense getting ready. They don't want to change anything. They've got 0 points against them here, so I would imagine the halftime speech was do more of the same, right?
I think you're right, and it's where defensive coordinators have to walk that line of preparing for the adjustments you expect to come, but not taking away the aggressiveness you've already shown. And they've played so well, I think that's the speech. You nailed it. Just go out and do what you've been doing, and we'll adjust if we see anything different later.
To this point, they've been spectacular. The third quarter starts with a run from Anderson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And you know, Charles, shifting gears a bit, injuries always a big storyline of the preseason. Unfortunately, the same this year.
Buffalo lost linebacker Reggie Ragland. Chicago lost center Horonis Grasu, and Washington lost linebacker Junior Gillette, his second season with a torn Achilles.
Yeah, coaches right now just holding their breath. On 2nd and 10, Sanchez. On the right side, caught by Green. And he's brought down after a good gain. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on that run. And while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
On second down, here's Sanchez. Completes it to Norwood. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Call it a gain of 3. And just like that, it's third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Sanchez. It's caught. He finds Norwood. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
False start, offense. Still first down.
First and goal here from the 9. Following the penalty, Anderson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2nd and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical, spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Now it's Sanchez. And that is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. And McManus able to put it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
We ready?
Carr to throw on 2nd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Marquette King now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Now Sanders. Oh, another beautiful move.
Man, that's better than the 2-step, isn't it?
Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that. Super toe.
Here's Sanchez now on 2nd down. Screen play, Anderson. And he's got some space here. 20, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, 52 yards. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And the lead is down to 2. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Carr will try it again on second down. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Here we go. Right 20. Right 20.
To throw on second down is Sanchez. And caught right side, Green. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a first down throw, Sanchez. And this will be incomplete. C.J. Anderson, the intended target. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Second down following the incompletion.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Defense.
So that's the word from the referee. Neutral zone infraction, 5 yards.
And, of course, the defense is always pointing at the offense about how they drew them across. Flag goes against the defenders on that one.
Here we go.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. 2-point game, they have the football. Their defense was able to do their job. Now can the offense just hold on here, Charles?
And they better, because after the job the defense did to give them the ball back with this lead, it's time for them to seal the deal and allow them to go to the locker room with a victory.
They'll try to seal the deal. Here we go.
We ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. It appears they'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. 3rd down now following the run.
Zebra! 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 Zebra!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
We ready?
Carr turns, hands to Murray. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Hey, we go rally. Rally. Hey, we go rally. Rally. Hey, we go rally, baby. Alert. Alert. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Now Carr with a give to Murray. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Well, there were times where this felt more like a soccer match, just not a lot of offense. Really good defensive battle, though.
You kept wondering if one of the teams would break out today. Neither one of them really did. One got just enough points to win the game. Excellent defensive football.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.